Hello again, Lockpicking Paul here, and this is my entry into Mitten Made Locksport's Lockjaw Rocks Your All giveaway that was launched by Lockpicking Hippie. And the requirement is to pick and gut the first lock you gutted. And this is the first lock I gutted quite a while ago now, and it didn't go well. I wasn't using proper tools. I made do with what I had. And I promptly, on the reassembly, I promptly tore the tops off of all of the springs. And that's when I was introduced to the kindness of the community, and a fellow called Gaz on the UK Locksport forum sent me a set of springs so I can rebuild this. And those are in here to this day. So what tools did I have? This was my pinning tray, a piece of folded paper. And I used a business card rolled up as the follower. I didn't even learn the trick with AAA batteries until a while after this. So I literally made do with what I had. And as a result, things didn't go terribly well. I got it apart okay, but putting it back together again, not so much. So I'm going to use these again. I thought let's go back to where we started. I'm going to do one thing slightly differently. I am going to use a shim. And if you don't have shims, you can cut pieces out of an old soda can, Coke can or something like that. Actually, Coke might be a bit thick, but some of the cheaper soda cans have very thin aluminium, and you can make good shims out of those. I believe also the security tags off of clothes that you get out of shops have some similar sort of metal in them. So anyway, get on to that in a minute. We need to get this picked first of all. Right. Okie dokie. If I can remember which pins bind are missing, I don't want it to take too long. There we go. That feels like an overset, don't want that. There we go. Took a little longer than I wanted, but that was pretty much cold from the last time I picked this, which was probably 6 months ago. Right, let's get it gutted and take it apart, and hopefully this will go okay. Right, so one thing worth mentioning is typically with padlock cores there is an overhang. That's the front of the lock. Always good to sort of make that mental note. Let's take that circlip off. Right, so in terms of business cards, just roll this up. Like so, so it expands a bit. We can press it to put it in and it'll expand to fill the hole, as it were. So just going to put the key in, and again with padlock cores, don't turn them too far. If you turn it upside down, the pins will all drop out of those loading holes there. That's never good. Right, that's in, so let's just compress this. And definitely a AAA battery would be better. Again, though, it seemed like a good idea at the time. and it works. Right. Actually, the toughest bit is getting these pins onto the bit of paper without losing them. But that worked. Excellent. Will this bit go as cleanly? That's the question. Right, I do have tweezers, and these are my original tweezers, so still using the same tools. The only thing you've got to watch with this is if you've got a hollow tube, as you pop the pins out, they quite often fire into the back of that thing. Yeah, so slightly careful. There you go, it's just done it. So the first three are all spools with a serrated band. This is a slightly odd one. It's like a mushroom spool. Don't see those too often. The next one's a standard. That's the one that sort of keeps the lock upright. And the last one is just a standard spool. Let's turn that one around the right way. I'm not going to pull the springs out because, oh, well, maybe I am going to pull the springs out because they have all ejected anyway. Let's do that so we make sure we've got all the springs. Now these are, because there are replacement springs in here, I've got a mixture of brass, or rather copper, and steel springs, so there's different spring rates as well, which is it's a good thing to do, to mess around with your locks a bit, to changes things up a bit. Different spring rates definitely change the feedback. There's a spring missing. Where is it? Yeah, we're down a spring, but wouldn't be the first time I've replaced a spring. Just make sure it's not left in the Bible. It might be on the desk somewhere. These are quite springy springs. Oh, there you go. So harking back to my original experience, we've got a lost spring. Excellent. It's even more authentic than I'd planned for it to be. There you go. Let's shave these pins. So Abus 7240 with like a mini gutting disaster. Fantastic. All right. Well, that's it. Great giveaway. Thank you, Hippie, and thank you, Stu. I shall get the video uploaded and all is good. Cheers.